And hello YouTube, today at powerjackrepair.org we got an Asus UX501v, ux501vw-ds71t. Yeah, ds71t. This laptop uses 120 watt adapter, really powerful adapter. Those connectors right here are not made for those type of adapters. And there are basically pins inside that's sticking out. Let me try and get a different camera here to show you what the problem is. Right there, you see? Whole bunch of pins. Now that usually indicates even if you're gonna replace the connector, the whole thing might not work. Because once you got a whole bunch of pins inside, you start to shove your power supply in there. This guy. So you start to shove it in there. Oh, it's also oxidated on the inside. Right there, there is a oxidation inside of the plug. So this is really not good. Let me flood it with something so that it would be clean by the time I'm done with the repair. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna flood this guy. All right, with the ISP. Hopefully that's gonna penetrate into the plug a little bit. Otherwise, everything I'm doing here gonna go haywire. All right, so let's find the proper screwdriver. All right, this is a Torx 5. By the way, likes are appreciated, and subscribe. I'll let you know which laptop make and model I would spend my money on and which ones I wouldn't. Eventually I'm gonna get to it, but for right now, just have to work due to, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. It's hard to find employees nowadays. I mean, it's not hard, it's just you have to pay a lot. So here, let's remove this guy. The laptop is in really good condition. It seems like nobody else screwed around with those screws because they are factory torqued, it seems like, because sometimes you can't even unscrew it using the Torx screwdriver. Now there could be two screws, one right here, one right there, I'm not sure yet. If, again, I do, there is like 1,000+ videos on this channel of different laptop makes and models. Some of them have screws in there. Yeah, this one has a screw in there. All right, if you're unable to take up your laptop and now you know that there are screws in there, likes would be appreciated. Now those screws are holding down the clamshell to the hinge, so that's really important, two screws. All right, now we want to open it up. In all those years, I could never figure out the best way to open up except the guitar pick. All right, so something like that. All right, let's see. Like that. The quality isn't the best for some reason. Let me see if we can get more lights in here. All right. That light gives us a bit more lights. All right. Battery. So if you're replacing the battery on this laptop, what you need to do is you try from the negative side like that, then from the positive side like that. Sometimes you want to hold down this connector because those connectors do come out all the time, especially if there is a metal hingy thing on top. And here we got the one screw. And that's the reason you disconnect the battery, because the screw falls on the board when everything's connected for some reason. Hold on one second. I need to magnetize the screwdriver so that screws wouldn't be falling. Alrighty. Let's open this guy up. Let's see. And that's the original battery. If you need the part number for the battery, if you're replacing the battery, the part number is C32 and 1523. Right? Okay. Now let's continue. Let's open up this hinge. Let's open up that hinge right here. All right, let's open up this hinge. And let's disconnect the speaker right here. All right. Now let's disconnect the Wi-Fi card cables. Right here is one, here is another one. Okay. And here we want to disconnect the VGA LED LCD cable. You can pull on it upwards, but you're better off kind of, pry it out from one side as well. So like that. Here we got one screw, two screws, three screws right here. And three screws right there. What you want to do next is you want to open it up slightly like that. All right. You want to take that screw out of there. All right. We got one screw, two screws, three screws, 4, 5, 6 screws, and hopefully we don't even need to unscrew the heat sinks and the heatsink and the fans. Right, here is one more cable that you want to disconnect right here. Let's see if we can just kind of lift it up. All right, so you want to remove the black rubber piece right there. All right, so it seems like all of the screws are out, but we might need to unscrew. Might or might not, I'm not sure yet. Here, let's see. Okay, so one right here, probably this one. Probably, maybe, not sure here. Some of you would say, dude, read an instruction online on how to take it apart. All of those instructions, if you look closely, they have pictures taken from this video or from one of those videos. So first I make video, and then people who run those websites on how to take the whole laptop apart make a website on how to take it apart. So I have to take it apart first. I'm sure I taken one of those apart before, so it's not like it's something new for me. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not gonna break anything here, like that. So if you want, you could send us just the motherboard. It's usually cheaper if you send us just the motherboard, especially if you are sending it from overseas. But here I'm gonna show you how to safely remove this piece. Now the problem with this thing, when you're gonna be working on it, this guy gonna fly off the motherboard for sure, because that's what happens here all the time. But the thing is, I have a really good soldering iron to correct that problem in case that ever happens. And the thing is, I need to find scissors right now to cut this insulation, because that's all gonna smell pretty bad in here. Now, what we usually do is we usually use Kapton tape. The link should be below. Or we're gonna use, in this case, I'm gonna use a little bit of also high strength temperature tape to protect those components above right there. Okay. Like that. All right, so I really want to make sure that this component on this side not gonna fly over the board when I'm working on it. And on the top, I'm just securing the nearby capacitors. nearby capacitors and nearby diodes. Like that. Like that. Okay. Looks good to me. You know, I should have removed that, remove this guy because it's also gonna melt for sure. All right. Now you don't want it to touch the soldering joints because it's gonna dissipate the heat and it's gonna prevent the connector from coming out. All right, let's go to the soldering. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some flux. Then I'm gonna add some solder, leaded base solder, not unleaded base solder. And then I'm gonna use some hot air to pop this guy right out of there. Let's go. Alrighty guys, I'm really trying to show everything the best I can. So this is flux, like that. Again, the link should be below. What it does, it lets the solder penetrates more into the joints in there, and that way it's gonna help me get that connector out of there much easier. So we're gonna do this side, and then we're gonna be doing that side right here. All right, I should have put more flux on this side. Alrighty. All right. So now what I'm doing is this. Let me show you. We're gonna put this needle. That's kind of a small trick. Well, I shouldn't even bother with that. What I need to do is just put not a needle, but something like that. All right. And we're gonna power up the hot air. Hot air. We're gonna guide the hot air towards the back of the connector. Maybe even like that. And then we're gonna pump the hot air a little bit more. We're gonna use soldering iron to make sure that the solder penetrates into the jack. And then this whole thing's supposed to be coming out little by little. All right, let's see. Alrighty. Coming out. Coming out. Like that. And like that. Alright, you see? Piece of cake, right? Come on. Nah. It have come out just fine, but okay. Like that, like that, like that. Come on, come on, come on. A bit more. Alrighty. Okay, doesn't want to come out for some reason. Stuck someplace. Alright, let's see. Okay, like that. Good job. So what I'm doing now, I'm reducing the heat. I'm reducing the heat. And we're gonna use the desoldering quick to safely desolder all of the stuff right here. All right. Okay, good job. Let's look at the other side. The other side is nice and clear. So we remove the hot air. Now what we want to see is, did any of the components fly off the motherboard? Alright, so this guy is fine, this is fine, this is fine. Okay. So the guys right there are fine. Now let's take a look right here. And that guy is fine too, so I don't have to resolder this guy because of the careful installation and careful planning. Alright, so I got a brand new jack. It should look like that. You see? This looks like that, this looks like that. Wrong side, so what I'm gonna do is this here. First thing first, we're gonna add some flux. Alright. The flux will let the solder penetrate and connect nicely between the leg and the motherboard. So I will leave it hanging like that. Right, where is the solder at here? There's a piece of solder, so we're gonna use a whole bunch of solder here. And then we're gonna hold down the connector. And we're gonna be adding solder right here, okay? Now the next thing is, again, we're gonna add a whole bunch of solder right there. Hold down the connector and like that. Alright, let's see if we can carefully add solder. We don't have solder here anymore. Nope, you know what, hold on, let me bring the reel in. Hold on 1 second. Here. Okay. Let's flip this guy over and add some solder here. Like that. Like that. Come on. Beautiful. Let's add a little bit on this side. Great job. Alrighty, guys. That's pretty much it. Let's clean this guy up a little bit. Again, the like button helps the channel grow. Thanks so much for watching. I will just assemble it back. Hopefully everything's gonna work fine. Hopefully. Because again, when we have something like that, when we have pins in the connector, that's usually a bad sign. Alrighty. Like that. And like that. Good job. Excellent. Alrighty. So thermal paste all over the desk. I should probably put some sort of anti-glare in here of some sort. Because the lights are good, but I can see everything, but you can't see much. Okay, let's oh wow, what's that? Metal piece. Metal bracket moving like that. Give me 1 second here. Sometimes those metal brackets short the motherboard, so you kind of want to address that so that the client won't complain later on. Alright, so let's make sure it's gonna be like that. Wow, sharp metal edges, wow. Alright guys, be careful. Ow! Strange. Anyways, let's measure the voltage. Let's measure the resistance and see. Here is the negative. All right, so the negative is fine. It shows us zero resistance. Come on. Yeah, so we tried to mention on the website that, text us instead of calling, because when we make a video. All right, so this is the plus right here. This one is the data signal from the center pin. For some reason, well, it goes to this pin right there, but I don't see it going through the whole loop. So the plus is fine, the negative is fine, but the center pin is probably not responsive for some reason, probably because it's not leading anywhere. All right, so the way how we're gonna put it back is the same way as we removed it. Make sure all of those cables are out right here. And like that. And like that. Like that, like that, like that. And like, come on, like that. That, like that, like that. And like that. All right, now we need to work it into the board like that, into the whole setup like that, like that. Okay, so it seems like the board is resting in place. Okay, so good job, good job, good job. This thing is broken off. Here we're gonna close this guy down. Here we're gonna close this guy down. Okay, and guide the cable like that and plug it in, like that. Good job. Let's put a couple of the black screws right here. You know what? Let's remove whatever is broken here. All right. Let's put down the other screw right there. Okay. Let's screw the silver screw here. Another silver screw right here. Another two black screws right here. And right there. Okay. Alrighty. Now, okay. Here's one. All right. Good job. Okay, so we're probably gonna guide them underneath right here. Right? Yeah, like that. Here we got the keyboard cable. Like that. And then we got this guy. Here we got this guy. And like that. Looks good. All right, so we got another one right here, another one right there. Okay, and we got one more right here, and we got one more right there. Okay, excellent. Let's bring the battery in like that. The battery screws are long and silver screws. Now let's put this guy right there. Let's put this guy right here. One right here. And one right here and one right there. Excellent. Now we're gonna close down this thing right there. Good job. Oh, here, one more cable. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's close down everything. Just want to double check that it's all good. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Where is the D5? D5 is right here. Alrighty. Let's see. Those aluminum casings, they have tendencies not to align properly. So you wanna align them before you're gonna tighten everything down. Okay, like that. And right here, we're gonna align here. Okay. And right there. Good job. Yeah, that one was broken off inside. So we're just gonna put this guy right here and that guy right there. All right, and then we're just gonna put this tab right there and this tab right here. Okay. Now let's make sure this thing works. Okay, hold on one second. Let's put the cover of the client's information. And let's see if I want to just try and see if the oxidation is removed inside of the plug. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I'm just gonna scratch some surface in there so that we would make a contact like that, basically. Alright, let's get a node int inside. A bad idea, it doesn't wanna work. Anyways. Anyway, the worst case, the client needs a new power supply. I could replace the plug on this guy. On this power supply, the problem is my plugs are really Chinese plugs, and I know that this plug gonna last a lot longer than my Chinese plugs. I mean, this is also made in China, right? But I just know the quality of stuff, of the stuff that this guy is made of, the OEM part, and the aftermarket part I'm gonna put on this plug. The jacks are all OEM, so the jacks are all made of exactly the same, made on the same factory. Nobody makes aftermarket jacks. Not like a profitable business or anything like that. And it just happens that it doesn't seem like it's gonna, oh well, no, the battery is charging. Okay, let's see if it's gonna work. Yeah, Asus is still searching for incredible. All right, guys, and right there it shows that its battery is charging. You see, right there, right there. The battery is charging. Well, not sure if the battery is charging. I don't remember if I connected the battery. That's the problem. I know I screwed it in, but I'm not sure if I connected the battery. So I will just let it charge up a little bit, then disconnect this guy, and hopefully I connected the battery. I'm not 100% sure. Hey, where did you go? Right, so my guess is I didn't connect the battery, because when I was starting to move this guy, it shut down right away, and the reason it shut down right away, maybe it went to sleep, who knows. Let's see. Let's see. Remove this guy. Let's disconnect it. Oh no, I did connect the battery. All right. So the battery I did connect. Maybe it just went to sleep. All right. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Seems like it's gonna be working fine. I'm just gonna make sure that the keyboard works. Keyboard works. The Wi-Fi picks up the signal just fine. Strong signal. All right. Again, likes, I appreciate it. Thank you.